Hi, I'm Hannah Deignan and I'm the Advantage Thinking Lead here at YMCA Leicestershire. Now, if you've just joined us or you're thinking about it, first of all, welcome. We're really glad that you're here. At YMCA Leicestershire, we're not just about buildings or services or job titles, we're about culture, the kind you can feel when you walk through the door. And whether you're here as a young person, a staff member, a volunteer, or anything in between, we want you to feel three things: that you belong, that you can contribute, and that you've got the chance to thrive. And that's where something called Advantage Thinking comes in. It's the approach we've chosen to help us bring that culture to life, every day, in every role, across every team. You're watching this video because we want to give you a quick look at what Advantage Thinking actually means and how it might show up in your role here. Now, we might be a relatively small organisation, but we do a lot. We provide supported accommodation for young people, we run a day centre for people who are rough sleeping or vulnerably housed, and we care for children in our residential home. And yes, really, we even manage a 100-year-old theatre. What links all of that? People. And Advantage Thinking helps us stay connected across every service, every setting, every story. It gives us a shared set of values to work by, so no matter where you are in the organisation, the experience is consistent, positive and full of purpose. YMCA Leicestershire is a place where everyone can belong, contribute and thrive. So, what is Advantage Thinking? It's an approach developed by the Foyer Federation, and at its core, it challenges a mindset that still shows up for us often in our sector. The idea that someone's circumstances, like homelessness, are the most important or defining thing about them. Advantage Thinking flips that on its head, and it asks us to see the full picture. Yes, someone might be facing tough times, but they're also coming to us with strengths, skills, passions, and potential. They've got dreams, aspirations, ideas for what they want life to look like beyond the basics. So instead of focusing on what someone lacks, Advantage Thinking starts with what they bring. Because helping someone survive is important, but helping them thrive, that's what lasting change looks like. And here at YMCA Leicestershire, we don't just apply Advantage Thinking to the people who use our services, we apply it across the whole organisation. Because if our staff don't feel valued, supported and celebrated, how can we expect them to pass that care on? So as you become part of our team, you'll notice something. The same principles we expect you to use with people who use our services, we'll use with you. That's the culture that we're building. One where everyone, no matter their role, gets to belong, contribute and thrive. So how do we actually do Advantage Thinking? It's not just a nice idea stuck on a poster, it's a practical approach with 7 key areas to reflect on. Things we can notice, question and act on in our day-to-day roles. Our goal? To build a culture where Advantage Thinking isn't just something you hear about, it's something you can see, feel and experience. And if you spot something that feels off or like we could do better, you're encouraged to say so, because that's part of it too. To help explain the 7 areas, I've invited a few familiar faces from around the organisation to help bring them to life.
Talk. We use positive language and imagery to define people, focusing on potential.
At YMCA Leicestershire, we talk up. We use language that focuses on potential, not problems. Words matter. They shape how we see people. This area asks us to reflect on the language we use, especially when no one's listening. Are we defining people by their strengths or their situations? A simple example, instead of saying homeless young person, say a young person experiencing homelessness. That small shifts put the person first and the situation second.
Understand. We seek to understand people not just in terms of their needs, but through their abilities.
This is about more than what do they need. It's also what are they good at, what do they care about, where do they want to go. Whether we're talking about young people, staff or volunteers, it's about being curious in the right way. When someone joins us, do we ask about their skills and goals as much as their support needs? Because people are more than their paperwork.
Believe. We recognise the value of everyone we work with and sustain high expectations and aspirations.
This one's simple but powerful. Do we dream as big for others as we would do for ourselves or for our own children? Because we should. Just because someone's hit a tough point in their life, it doesn't mean they shouldn't have aspirations. We're not here to offer the bare minimum, we're here to help people aim high and walk with them as they go for it.
Involve. We involve people as active agents in their lives and our services. including by collaborating on solutions, ensuring authenticity.
At YMCA Leicestershire, we don't do things to people, we do things with them. And that means collaborating on support plans, decisions, on services, even designing the spaces that we use. We don't always have the answers, and that's why we listen. That's how people feel that they belong, when their voice helps shape the space they're in.
Work, we develop strengths and potential.
We believe in building strengths, not just ticking boxes or solving problems, but helping people discover what they're really capable of and grow into it. That's true for our service users, and it's true for our staff. We try to look at every situation through an advantage lens, asking what's strong here and what could this become?
Invest. Across all resources, we invest in people to enable them to progress towards more sustainable, thriving livelihoods.
Time, money, energy, belief. If we're serious about people thriving, we have to invest in them. And that means backing our staff and our service users with the resources they need to move forward. We don't do just enough. We aim for more than enough because people deserve that.
Challenge. We challenge ourselves and others to work in a positive, asset-based way.
And finally, this is the one that holds it all together. We challenge ourselves and each other to stay honest, reflective, and on track. It doesn't mean calling people out. It means gently calling things in and creating a culture where feedback isn't scary, but welcome. When we do that well, we stay dynamic, we stay grounded, and we grow together. Thank you for taking the time to watch this short video. We hope it's given you a feel for what advantage thinking looks like in action and what to expect when you work here. Now, we'd love to hear from you. How might you apply these 7 areas in your role, in your team, or in your part of the organisation? And if you're preparing for an interview, good luck. If you just joined us, welcome. We're really glad that you're here. YMCA Leicestershire, a place where everyone can belong, contribute and thrive.